All right, welcome back to another episode of Dibble Dabble Podcast. I'm your girl Dallas.
Bonino Gio.
And once again, it's so good to see y'all. And today we have a pretty good episode. So before we jump in, make sure you follow all of us on social media, and we'll make sure we drop everything at the end of the episode. But as always, how you doing today, girl?
I'm good. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Once again, so good back to be in the studio.
No, I love it.
Me too.
My dog not barking, you know?
Dog's not barking. Zoom not acting up. Like, good Lord. But today we have a good one. This episode was actually created by Bonnie. She has a really good way with like our titles. So she really did her thing on this one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And today we talk about dreaming about the dollars. And no, I'm not just talking about just like the accumulation of wealth, but just talking about, like how you want your life, to go, even though you can't control everything in your life. But, just what kind of goals and aspirations do you have for your life? So today I'll go ahead and start it off today.
Okay.
And we will go into the first question. So, Vonnie, what is your ideal life?
It's weird because it's super cliche. Definitely the American dream, house, backyard, picket fence, husband, 2 kids, maybe dog. I got the dog. But yeah, like, I mean, I think that's kind of everybody's dream in a sense.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I just want to be comfortable. I'll say that. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be rich.
Yeah.
But I want to be comfortable.
Right.
I want to. If I get a flat tire, I want to be able to be like, oh, I can just go ahead and get it.
Right.
Without having to move this one, move that.
Right.
That's my ideal life. I want to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I've had to rob Peter to pay Paul. Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Yeah, a few times, and I'm tired.
Yes. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Paul tired too. So
okay.
So that's my ideal life.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Same. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be poor.
Right.
Because I've been poor.
Right.
And I'm not saying like from when I was growing up, but just right now because I wasn't working for 3 months. Mm-hmm. That hit hard.
Right.
But I want to live comfortable. I mean, I already have a husband. I already have a dog. But, we do eventually want either to get a house or at least a townhome, things like that. Right. We don't want to have to keep paying like rent per se, and we don't own it, but we love to travel. I think once we get to a point where we can just get up and go like that,
right?
Like even my parents, I always say like, oh, I want to do what my parents do. I'm like, well, shit, let me go ahead and put this work in,
right?
So that when it does come for my time, I can just travel and I don't have to think about twice. I don't have to move this, that, and the third around,
right?
Just to go afford a trip,
right.
But now, do I want to work forever? Hell no.
No. If I could retire at 50.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, it's crazy. Cause I know I have coworkers that are older than my mom.
And they're still working, and that's so crazy.
It makes me sad, but it's crazy because a lot of the time, I'm not trying to put nobody's business out there, but their kids messed them up.
Yeah, I see.
For me, it was trying to help everybody else.
Yes. Yeah.
Not saying it messed me up, but it did kind of like yeah, it did something.
Yeah. No, and like in both scenarios can impede your life, financially, emotionally, all of that. So no, you're absolutely right.
Right. And it's weird because like one of my friends, I guess he's my friend. I've been knowing him for a long time. We were just kind of like catching up on everything, and I was like, just kind of just people that passed and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I helped with the funeral, and he was like, what? Why?
Yeah,
that's my people. What you mean?
Right.
You know, but it's crazy because I feel like I help in good ways, and it's almost like people be like, I wouldn't have did that, but no, that's my people. Like, you know what I mean? And it didn't mess me up. That, of course, didn't mess me up, but it's just funny how people's mindset is like, nah, I gotta have me first, which I don't put me first often.
Yeah.
But I think I'm at the point, like I said, that ideal life ain't gonna happen unless I put me first.
That part.
Stuff is changing now.
Right. And speaking of that, like you brought up a good point. What are you currently doing to kind of get you to that point, like the life that you want to live?
Like I said, put me first. For
yes.
one.
Yes.
I'm okay with saving, but I ain't gonna lie. I do splurge a lot.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Hey, take a step back. You ain't gotta do all that right now. You know what I mean? And like I said, put me first, because me looking out for other people will cause you to drown. So that's more like, I think that's what I said. Like the rest of this year and next year is saving. I'm saving. Not. I'm gonna take them trips though.
Okay. And we are.
That's for sure. But this, I might not need a pair of shoes every month.
Yes.
I might have to go hit up Shein and get because I shop at Shein
and we do.
But I might not have to get them $200 worth of clothes,
right?
Especially if I ain't going nowhere. No, like put that $200 in your savings. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of that a lot of discipline going on right now. Yes. Because I do want that house before I'm 35.
Yes,
and I ain't too far. It's a long way, but it's not that far away.
Correct. And I'm telling you, you'll blink your eye and like shit. I'm about to be 35.
Yeah,
so yeah,
because like me and my when we went to Miami, you know, she was like, oh, when I make 30, I want to do this, and I'm like, oh yeah, my next trip gonna be. I'm like 35. I'm like, damn, you know, and I'm like, golly. So and it is. I hate that too, because I'm like, I be comparing myself to other people that's 35. Yeah. Now some people ain't doing too good. Yeah. But some people are doing great, and I'm like, dang, where I fall in line at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I would like to be great at 35 too.
Same. Girl, I'm just trying to be great at 30. Right. Like I'm just like, let me just get to 30, please. And it's creeping up, Vonnie. Oh Lord,
it don't hurt that bad.
Yeah, it don't hurt that bad. Okay, good.
No, it's not that bad, I swear. But I will say when you hit 30, I feel like that's every every 10 years, I guess. I think you're gonna. It's definitely. You grow up.
Yes.
I'm doing a lot of different things now that I'm in my 30s now than I did when I was in my 20s. There's no way a lot of stuff girl, you ain't doing that now.
Right,
so you are going to hit that like a growth spur in a sense. I feel like, at least I did. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a little, it might not have been exactly 30, but for sure 31. You know what I mean? So now I'm 32. Yeah, definitely. You're going to feel it. It's not a bad thing. Yeah. Like I said, you're not going to go through menopause.
No, definitely not there. No,
shout out to the women that are going through menopause, because I've had like a little bit of, like a hint of it.
It's rough.
Man, I was like, damn.
I know. I am not excited for that part of life. But hey, you know, we got some time to get there. Now, speaking of, just really just putting yourself first, things like that. How does like your environment kind of feed into that? Like in terms of like the people that you hang around with, family, like how do you kind of navigate that? Because, putting yourself first is also about creating boundaries and stuff too.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like putting myself first, it's about me now.
Yeah.
So now I can't let you borrow this, or I know you can't. I can't come pick you up. Or
correct.
I know it sucks, but it is what it is. Because I mean, back in the day, you called me, hey Bonnie, can I borrow your car to go? Oh yeah, sure, come get it.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh girl, you better than me, because no one.
When I tell you it was nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe not borrow the car, but it was nothing to it. You know what I mean? Hey, I got stuck out here. Can you come pick me up? Oh yeah, sure. I'll give me about an hour. I'll be out there. No, because when it was the roles were reversed, you wasn't dropping the dime that part. You know what I mean? So I don't do that too often. I won't come to anybody's beck and call, and I don't think it was like. I think it's just me being nice, because I am kind of open-hearted, I guess. I don't know. Soft-hearted, I say, in a sense, because it's weird. Cause I'm really rough, but I'm really soft. At the time, like a jelly bean,
Not a jelly bean. No, that one took a minute for me to register. I was like, oh yeah, jelly beans are hard on the outside. They're soft on the inside.
Yeah, like a jelly bean. But yeah, I think that's like I said, a lot of discipline. It's hard to say no sometimes, because but not and then when you say no, you a B word, you all this and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't care. I'll be that bitch with that house in my car and that 10,000 in the bank account. I'll be that bitch. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all know I don't like to cuss on here. So sorry. But yeah. So do you think your life goals changed or adjusted when you got married?
It did.
Okay.
Because a lot of my life goals and stuff were I was single.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that, like and it's not that they changed completely, like where I like dismantled them, but there were some that I had dismantled.
Right.
Like for example, at one point I wanted to go, back and possibly go to medical school.
Okay.
But now that I'm married, it's not that I could totally go to medical school, but now we're gonna lose an income. Because medical school, you have no choice to go full time.
Right.
And then what I wanted to do in life. So for those that don't know me and know when I grew up, pretty much all the way up until the time, I went to college, or maybe my sophomore year of college, everybody in the world knew that I wanted to be a forensic pathologist.
Okay.
And those that don't know is another term for medical examiner. Yes, I wanted to be around dead bodies. Like that stuff was interesting to me, but I still had to go to medical school and I still had to do my internship, all that blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, the medical school that I wanted to go to was not in the state of Texas. So had I followed through for that, I probably would have never met Larry.
Right.
I probably would have never met you. My life would be completely different. And I'm not saying that I'm not grateful for my life now, but when I got married, it's not that I still couldn't do those things, but we would have to consider a lot.
Right.
And that's just a choice that, like I made. And I knew coming into this marriage that some of my goals and stuff were to change, or just how to get there would have to change.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we've talked about, me going back to get my PhD and And if I decide to do it full time, we've talked about those things, but it's one of those things like, do I really want to do it and lose an income, or can I can I sacrifice doing it part time and I can still work?
Right.
You know, but some of my other goals, you know, when I was single, I wanted to leave Texas, and I had been in Texas for quite a while, and now that I'm married, I can't do that.
Right.
And there's, you know, kind of reasons behind that, but once again, it was a conversation with Larry. Like, we had to decide, are we going to be in Texas forever? And, you know, not too long ago, actually, Larry we finally made an agreement that if one of our jobs is paying, I'm not just talking about paying salary, I'm talking about, like, is there going to be incentives for us to move, like closing costs, you know, like moving, all that. If the price is right, Larry will move.
Okay.
And so, but if it's not really that, we're staying here, and that's okay. So it's just like kind of just conversations like that I had to have.
Yeah. And see, that scares me because all I know is me.
Yes.
Like, almost like I don't even care what you want. I'm not saying, I mean, I know once if I fall in love, love's going to conquer all, right? Whatever. But that does scare me, though, because I don't know how to adjust for someone else. You know?
And it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Even when my little brother moved in, that's my little brother. I've been knowing him all my life. That was even different.
Because you were living on your own for the whole time. Now you got a whole nother mouth to feed in the house. You got to worry about someone coming in and out all the time.
Right.
Yes.
And so, and you know, I couldn't have people coming in and out because my little brother's there. And that's respect for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's definitely, it's definitely something. Yeah. So I don't know that's always something that's kind of like, cause I'm getting older. Yeah. And I have been, because I don't know how to let somebody lead yet.
Yeah.
I haven't let that yet.
Trust me, it was a big adjustment for me, because I was like, I'm telling you, like, I wish you had known me in college, because the Dallas that you see today, I mean, personality-wise, I'm the same, but in terms of, like, what I've done and what I wanted for myself, it was totally different back in 2015, 2016, even 2017, 2018, right before I moved here. All of that, you know, was so different compared to who I am now. Right. But I had trust me, I had to go through trials and tribulations in my spirit, because it is not easy to let somebody else lead. It is not easy for someone to come into your life and just not shake things up in a bad way, but everything is different now. Right. And I would never trade that experience for the world, but you're supposed to be scared, girl. Yeah. You know, you're supposed to think about it like that. Yeah. So, but I encourage people that, you know, who can, you know, be open to a marriage, but just know your life is not going to be the same. Yeah. And it's not a bad thing.
Right. It's not, but I guess that's why I say that all the time. I know y'all probably like, she gonna say, you cannot come up in here messing nothing up.
No,
like, I mean that, like, cause I'm just trying to go up. It's only up. Yes. I say that a lot too. Yes. You know, but
you gotta get someone. I will say, getting someone that helps you elevate and matching your energy on the front end will save your life, because I'm not saying, you know, you gotta have somebody perfect, but having someone that has those clear expectations and goals for themselves, even if they're already in the works, will change your life, you know, forever, and it'll get you to the life that you want. Now you just gotta incorporate someone else's dreams, and you
I'm
know,
okay with that. Yeah, because most of the time, if we are right for each other, our dreams are going to align anyway, right?
Thank you. So, and that's what people miss.
Dream about those dollars. Like you said, not the physical dollars. It's the ideal life. Yeah. I'm gonna say that one for last.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that. So when you said you stopped, well, you didn't go to medical school because of you know, the different changes in your life. Do you think that was fear that stopped that? Because I mean, even though you had to make adjustments for your husband, but at the same time, faith is a mustard seed, right?
Yes.
Why didn't you go ahead and do it and just let it kind of ride out?
It was fear.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I started self-doubting myself during the second half of freshman year of college. And when I started at UTSA, I was a biology major, because I knew that I was going to go to medical school. Right. And now you can have any degree to go to medical school, but you need those what are they? The basics and all that. Yeah. And so in like the middle of that year, I was like, this shit ain't easy. I'm not, it's not that I'm not smart, but me and like chemistry do not click, because I'm not the best at math.
Yeah.
And you have to have chemistry to be in some type of medical field.
Right.
You have to. And so I was like, well, shit. But I still wanted to help people. And I knew that being a medical examiner, you're still going to be exposed to the criminal justice system. And I knew that in my heart, that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I self-doubted myself. I was like, I'm not smart enough to go to medical school. I'm not going to be able to get through Chem 1, Chem 2, organic chemistry. I doubted myself even before I tried.
Yeah.
And that is a decision that I have deeply grieved for a very long time. Like, I think maybe about a year or two ago is when I finally said to myself, it is okay that my life didn't happen that way.
Right, yeah.
Because once again, my dad, I was crying. I was like boo-hoo crying to my dad one day on the phone about that, because he and my stepmom were very big supporters of me going to medical school. And then when I didn't go, they still supported me about that. But my dad had to tell me, he was like, you can't keep saying that you should have did this, because your life wouldn't be how it is now.
Right.
And I was like, that's not something that I would have been willing to give up. Now, knowing that I know what my life is now,
right,
I would not trade it. So it was definitely straight fear. Just, I hate that I doubted myself, but it's just one of those things. That's what happened.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of the same way. Now, because when I first graduated high school, Prairie View was the 8th college I got accepted into. Okay. Yeah, your girl was kind of okay, you know? But when I got my LSU letter, I was like, oh, this is like, why not? LSU, right? Okay. But my mom didn't want to move back, and I was scared to not. I didn't know how to be on my own.
Sure.
And I think as a kid, I mean, I don't see why that wasn't, that's, most kids probably would be the same way, right?
Right.
But why I didn't go after that when I got grown?
Right.
Fear.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you brought that up a few episodes ago. Well, when we recorded did we talk about that? My bad, y'all. I'm giving y'all so much. But we talked about that about me going back to law school.
That's right. Yes.
School. Yeah, it's not even fear. It's just like, dang, I just don't want to do it. It's not fear. Yeah. It's just I'm getting lazy.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Yeah. But yeah, I do think fear has stopped me from doing a lot of things.
Me too.
I haven't seen a lot. I've seen some things. Yeah. But I feel like I could have seen more if I wasn't so scary.
Me too.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
That prolonged a lot of things for me, I think. So that fear. But I think that comes with faith too. That's why I said faith as small as a mustard seed. Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Getting closer to him helps me lose that fear.
Correct.
Now I don't. Correct. It's like I have no fear in the world.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Correct.
So yeah. So do you besides praying, because I'm gonna pray about everything. Do you do anything else like vision boards, or you manifest? I don't know how I feel about that word manifest. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
I just rather pray. But
yes. Now I do manifest, but I always say speak it into existence. Okay. Yeah. So I don't necessarily use because I can understand the connotations with the word manifest. Yeah. But yes, I do speak things into existence. And I do make vision boards. Now I haven't done one in a while, but I do like to make them. Now I like to make them digitally because girl, who's about to go get the magazines?
Right.
Where the fuck am I gonna find them?
Do you go to the store and buy a magazine now?
Shoot, I don't even think I can. Like, right. The last time, I don't even think I've only had like a couple of subscriptions to magazines, but then they come on my phone. Like I get them electronically. Really? Yeah, I used to get things electronically. Yeah, cool. But anywho, I love making vision boards. At first, I know when I think the first time I did one, I was like still in like high school. Okay. I'm like, this is kind of silly. But then like now that I've got like I'm older and I'm on my own, I was like, no, like actually clearly like putting out your goals and your dreams and things like that, like that actually helps. Like because I'm a visual person. Yeah, that's how I learn, and actually learning to speak things into existence. Not even just about tangible things, but just like speaking like more positivity about my life. Now I'm still working on that, y'all, because whew, Lord, like your girl was going through it, like down talking myself, but but just learning how to just speak more positively about the things in my life, and also things about other people's lives too.
Yeah, true.
Like when people would tell me, like they're waiting on some good news, I always pray. There's plenty of points in my life I prayed for more people than I did myself. Right. And like that is a good trait to have, but it's also like I can still pray for others, but I can still need to be praying just as hard for me. Yeah. But that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, no, I love speaking things into existence, and I also do pray. And I call them my daily God talks when I'm not at church, things like that. And that I feel like it has blessed me a lot in my life.
Right. Yeah. Cause that's something. Cause I feel like I was the same way. And I would pray for others more than I pray for myself. Yeah. Like even in my prayers, like when now you lay me down to sleep. Keep even that prayer, and I start asking the Lord to pray, bless everybody else. Sure. And then my mom was like, "What about you?" Yep. I was like, "Dang, I did forgive me." Yeah. you know, but I just feel like I don't know. I'm always And my mom was like, no, you can still pray for people. But
Yes.
I was like, I feel like I'm pretty blessed, even though I still want more. But I was like, well, somebody don't have it as good as I do. And I feel like I don't have it the greatest. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Interesting.
And that's a lesson that I had to learn, you know, even before I quit my last job. And Larry had to really talk to me about, like, it's okay to want more.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Because I would always, like, cry. And I'm like, but there's other people that are going through it worse. And that's true.
Yeah.
But I had to realize I shouldn't negate how I feel because there are other bad things going on with other people.
Right.
And that is very true. Like, once I kind of got over that fear, like, yes, I'm thankful that I'm not in that position, but I still have things that I'm going through and that deserve for me to work on and for, you know, things to, you know, get fixed. I need to pray about whatever, you know, and that's not a bad feeling.
Right. One of my, I call him my kinfolk, but he's one of my coworkers too. But one day, medical, my health would be all everywhere, and that's what he was like, you doing all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. He's like, why you don't, you know, he said, I know you got to tell me everything, but still, you know, let us check on you and stuff like that. And I was like, but it's not a terminal illness,
sure,
so it's okay. He was like, no, don't never downplay yourself. And I was like, you're right. You know, so that I don't do vision boards. I would like to, like, I'm not opposed to, I just never did it before, the manifest, like you said, but speaking stuff into existence, I've learned to change my words now. You know, it was crazy because I never really believed like the power is in your tongue. I had never really thought about that. But I remember one time, one of these people I had grew up with, where my little dude was at, when my first boyfriend was at. She was like, "When the next time you coming this way?" And I was like, "Shit, probably not till another funeral or something." And it was his funeral.
Wow, my goodness.
But mind you, that was like years prior. But I never thought. I was like, did I say that?
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that was me, of course. You know, and he wasn't even talking about him anyway.
Right.
But it was just crazy. Like, dang, that was the next time I had went down there was for a funeral, like I said, and it was his. Yeah. You know, so I was like, yeah, you can't stop. You got to stop talking like that. Like a lot of different things. Not even, that's just the one that popped up in my head just now. But it's a lot of things I did. I'd be like, why did I say that? And definitely power in the tongue. I didn't realize that until I got like a lot older.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I guess I got my last question.
Okay.
Do you think the life you want is the life you deserve?
That is a good question. It's crazy because I still struggle to figure out what I do deserve. For what I want my life to be, do I deserve it? I want to say I think I do, because I don't think I've made mistakes in my life, but not. Obviously never taken a life.
Right.
You know, never anything egregious or anything. I've never really done anybody bad. Right. Things like that. So overall, in that sense, I think I do. Yeah. Because, you know, like the life that I do want, you know, I just kind of want like a soft life because like I was like you know, growing up, like we had a very lot of similar, you know, experiences, you know, in terms of that.
That's why you my girl.
And, you know, I don't want to go back through that. You know, I don't want to go through heartbreak. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to keep going through fear. Right. You know, I don't have any regrets, but, you know, like I just spoke about how I didn't go to medical school. Like some would consider that a regret, even though I don't really call it a regret. You know, I want to be able one day to tell, you know, if we have children, you know, my nieces, nephews, whoever, that I lived a good life. Right. You know, and I'm starting to see that from my parents, you know, like they have lived a long, fulfilling life. So I hope I deserve that life. Right. But I feel like everybody is deserving of a life that's fulfilling, a life that's, it comes with pain, obviously, but not to the pain where like, we're not here anymore. Right. It's, you know, constantly cycles, whatever. So I hope I can get to that life that I believe I deserve.
I think so. I think you are. You were getting that way. Yeah. Cause I kind of, that's a weird question. Yeah. You know, cause it's like,
that one got me for a second. Yeah, like that's a very deep question.
I don't know nobody else's struggle, but some people like, it's not funny. It's not funny, but like one of my uncle's baby mama. I hate to call her that because she's so much more than that, you know. But I mean, they weren't legally married, right? But you know, when he passed, that was her thing. She was like, "Why the Lord?" And I don't never question the Lord. I don't think she was. I think it just was like, dang, he took him of all people. Yes. When you got people out there, like you said, killing, raping, things like that. Yeah. But at the same time, my uncle's not suffering anymore. You have to look at things like that. Right. That person that is doing those crimes oh baby, it's always somebody to answer to. So at that day at the gate, you might get turned around.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if that
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
So I think everybody, you deserve the life that the Lord going to give you the life you deserve.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yes,
right?
and it does.
You know
and
what
it
I
does.
mean?
Yes.
So yeah, so I try not to look at things that way anymore.
Yeah.
And now she did make a point because it was like, dang, why him? You know what I mean? Because I think everybody thinks that when they love one pass, of course, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same, like you have to think of the positive.
Yeah.
Like say he's not suffering no more. Yeah, the people that, like I said, the people that are doing those bad things, they gonna get their answer. They have nothing to do with me. I'm on that too. They ain't got nothing to do with me, whatever. I think I do deserve a great life because I feel like I've always put people before me. Right. No matter the situation, I could be my last $10. You got it.
Right.
And that's tough. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hope that I deserve the life that I want. Yeah. I think the Lord is blessing me on that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a tough one. It really is.
It is a tough one.
Because it makes you think like, are you worthy? Have I put in the work? Have I prayed enough?
Right.
Have I, I don't know.
And it's wild because only one person knows that.
Right.
So until we meet him.
Yeah, but I wish you would give me a little
sign, something. But I will say from the time that I've known you, I believe you're well on your way too.
Thank you.
So, it's just one of those things. It's just like all you can do is just keep doing what you need to do down here while you have the time. Right. And then, just keep, like you said, just keep praying, keep putting into work, all that good stuff. And, you never know. Like, even before we get to that day, maybe we will say, oh, I have got the life that I deserve.
Right. And we might be thinking the life we deserve. He might be like, girl, that's not even close.
That's what I'm saying.
You. So,
right.
Yeah,
because even now, like I like my life right now.
I do too.
And even though I'm striving for more, I think that this is a good life at the moment.
I do. I agree. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Well, that was a really good one. I'm telling you, girl, you had me at a curveball. That one I was just like, I'm gonna see if I can put the zoom in on that one. But no, that was a really good discussion today, girl. So thank you for that one.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, guys. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of Dibble Dabble Pod. Make sure that you follow us on all social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. And as always, make sure you follow your host. My name on Instagram is at @DallasJacoby_.
Bonnie No Geo. Don't forget your underscores.
And as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in and keep watching because we have more stuff in tune in the works. So other than that, we will see you guys soon. Bye.